I thought it was definitely time to do a follow-up video on the dream. One dream leads to another, right? So here it is, the 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup truck, gasoline engine, 4-speed manual transmission. And as you can see, well, there's already been some changes, hasn't there? So we've got the cap off, and that cap has been separated into two halves now, and I'm gonna bet $1 that it'll never go back on, but that's okay. I've got it for right now. I might get rid of it down the road. Big noticeable difference is the ride height has been restored. So in the back, I've got 1,500-pound helper springs. There's another video of me installing those somewhere in the mix. And up front, there's actually a guy locally here who is big time into Volkswagens. Had a set of stock struts, so I took those struts, replaced the springs, and gave it a little bit of a lift. So factory height was about 1.5 inches off of the lip, and now they're about 2 inches. So I've gained about, actually, like, it's weird how this works out, but it actually gained a full inch of ride height underneath, like ground clearance. So it'll be great for the driveway, summer, winter, fall, whatever. That's kind of cool. But let me go ahead and do a walk around. You'll see one of the other big changes I've made here as I come around. And I hope you're enjoying this video. This is in 4K with my brand new 4K camera. In fact, this is the first video I am filming of that. So I hope you enjoy this all new aspect from Farpoint Farms. Hope the audio sounds better. Hope everything looks better. As you can see on the back here, I did add a 1 7/8 inch ball hitch. So I definitely needed a ball for hauling trailers around. And inside here, this was just done, so it's still glossy, but that'll fade to kind of a grayish color, or you know, like a dark gray. But that is rhino liner. So the bed was in great shape. I didn't want to see it get rusty, but I am going to be using this as a work vehicle. So I had to go ahead and protect it somehow. There's no you know, drop-in bed liners available for this old girl, so had to go that way. Have not replaced the tires yet. They have plenty of tread on them, but they are way old. They're over 10 years old, so they're dangerous, and I'm going to be getting some tires. I'm actually looking for white lettered tires in a 14-inch, so that's going to take a little bit of time to find. Truck should always have white lettered tiring. I mean, that's just the law, really. And this was cool. Check this out. So when I got the cap off of this thing, I was like, what is this? What's that? It turns out, at some point, this thing had racing stripes, and they just painted, this is kind of a flatter paint up here, you can see the line right there. So it actually had like a, I don't know what kind of blue that would be, it's almost a gray blue, like oyster blue, that was there, and that was kind of cool. Nice rear slider, that's all functional. Now for the real work that's being done on this thing, oh boy. The thing with Volkswagens is, and this is true all the way to today, wiring sucks. They've never been able to get wiring right. This one has some burned wires. Take a look at this. Yeah, like right here, we've got a toasted wire that goes right through the harness. This one's bare. I mean, there are some serious issues here. Obviously, with the experience that I have over the years, this is not going to be a problem. I'm already in the process of patching this up. But what I am having a hard time with is finding a replacement dash. I bought a cap to put on the dash that was in here, but the dash was so warped that couldn't do it. So I'm stuck. I can't really go any farther on the inside. I got a feeling it'll be a while, because the only really nice quality dash I've found was $900, which is like a third of what I paid for this thing. So that ain't happening. But I did get off of eBay a nice steering column rebuild kit, bearing and the little bushing that fails on those. I went ahead and decided to replace that. And I got a nice center console with a CB, so that's going to be going in here. So it's definitely going to have the works. Got the door panels off, so I was doing some work on it, and of course I have all those pieces. I'm just lubricating the tracks, lubing the locks, all that kind of stuff. So inside's coming along. It's just that's where most of the work's going to be. Body-wise, not a lot needs to be done to this thing, man. You know, I mean, I'm not going for a full resto. This is going to be a work vehicle, so the paint is plenty good for me. I was trying to figure out, when I bought it, and the previous owner too, we were trying to figure out what that dark spot there was, and now I'm thinking it had 2 racing stripes that came down and maybe just one big one here, and that's, again, they just kind of painted over it. So no big changes there. It does have nice halo lights up front, nice and bright. I tried those out at night the other day. I'm going to be adding fog lights here, and that's about it for the front end treatment. Engine wise, the only thing I've done is remove the strut brace. It's like every 20-something wants to throw a strut brace on there, because you're going to be racing this fine automobile up and down the road, and somehow we're going to have so much body flex that a brace like that's going to make a difference. But the truth is, it's it's something, maybe it's bragging rights or whatnot, but totally not necessary, and just taking up space and kind of blocking access to things that I actually do need. So took that off. That gave me a little bit more room. Just been kind of cleaning up the bay. In fact, I've been undercoating underneath it, and I just pressure washed it. That's why it's outside of the garage today. It does run without the dash in there with all those wires just hanging around. It's kind of funny looking, but it runs. I can't obviously take it for a long drive because it's not charging the alternator with that stuff undone, but yeah, pretty awesome. Really great shape. No rust on the strut towers either side. I've been up underneath, you know, poking around, and of course I undercoated all that after I cleaned it. But today I was working on I'm going to be undercoating like where the spare tire, all that area back up underneath there. Again, no real rust, and that's just the way I want to keep it. But I'll see if I can get in here close, and I don't know, we'll try out the new camera's low lighting. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can see all that's been undercoated. That's all fresh. And so I cleaned and scrubbed and got all the old undercoating off of it, replaced those springs. Not a show car, just want it to be pretty for me, you know what I mean? Everybody's got their own opinion on what a vehicle should be or should look like. Window tint, I'll probably leave it. It's obviously not really necessary here in the mountains. It doesn't get that hot, but it doesn't bother me. So guys and gals, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think that's about it. There's the update. It's been a couple months, like I said, and I've mostly been focusing on suspension and underbody work. The engine's pretty stout. I mean, I'm just adding a few sensors. I'm adding oil pressure and water temp sensors and a voltmeter. And so after that's done, it's just the dash, and I'll be driving this thing probably by spring. I'm really looking forward to it, and that's it. So I'll see you next time. Take care.